So it says expand. If it's on the top, that means our log is positive. If it's on the bottom, that means our log is negative. And it's for every possible factor on the top and on the bottom. So because there's one factor, two factor, I know it's going to be two different logs. So it's going to be ln z, because that's on the top, so it's positive, and on the bottom, so minus ln 25. For the next one, I have three factors, so that means three logs. So log 1000 plus log x to the third plus log y to the fifth. Now log 1000 is the same as log 10 to the third. Log base 10 and 10 cancel out, so you get 3. I can move the 3 to the front. I can move the 5 to the front, so I get plus 3 log x and then plus 5 log y. 3, I have 1, 2, 3 factors. So that's 3 logs. So it'll be log base 3 of x squared plus log base 3 of 81. Sorry, that's minus log base 3 of y to the fourth. Over, what power do I raise 3 to get 81? That's 3 to the fourth. So log base 3 and the 3 cancel out, so you're left with 4. And I can move my 4 to the front. So that's going to give me 2 log base 3 of x minus 4 is 4 log base 3 of y. It's just an arrow. For number 4, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. So that's going to be 4 logs. I have 3 factors on top, so those are going to be positive. Log on the bottom. So the log 100, that's 2, plus log x. This is log y to the 1/2, so move that to the front. So plus 1/2 log y. And this is 10 to the 1/3, move the 1/3 to the front. So that's going to be minus log 10 to the 1/3. That goes to the front. The log 10 cancels out, so it's just minus 1/3. Combine the 2 and the 1/3 together if you want into 5/3. So again, to find the missing side of this right triangle, this is the 45, 45, 90 triangles. Again, you can skip it if you don't remember how to do it. If you do remember how to do it, it's good practice. So the ratio is t root 2 on 45, 45, 90 triangles. So I can solve for this by dividing both sides by root 2. So t is going to be 6 root 5 over 5. So that means I can plug that back in for t for the rest. And v equals 6 root 5 over 5. For the 30, 60, 90 triangle, it's t root 3, and 2t. So I can get t by itself here. So t equals 7 over root 3. So plugging it in, you're going to get y equals 7 over root 3. And then x equals 2 times 7, so 14 over root 3. This is 9 and then 9 root 2. So to solve exponential equations, there's no way I can make the base the same. So we have to log both sides. We can move that to the front now. We can use the power rule. So now to get x by itself, I can divide both sides by the log 4. Sorry, log 3. And then subtract the 4. I had the 4 on the brain. Now for number 9, I can rewrite bases and make them the same. I can rewrite 4 as 2 squared. I can rewrite 8 as 2 to the third. And so once the bases are the same, I can set the powers equal to each other. It's 3. Plug it back in and you can check it. So finding the inverse, remember you switch the x and y. Now to get y by itself, we have to get it out of the denominator. So you multiply both sides by it. You divide both sides by x. Subtract 5. There's our answer. So this is a log, so obviously we switch the x and y, but the way that we get rid of a log is by converting it into an exponential equation. And so whatever the base is, it's not written, so we assume it's base 10. So those cancel out, and then I can add 2. So number 15 and 16. So 3x minus 1 and then x minus 2 squared plus 3. So we need to graph and we need to shade. So, this y equals mx plus b. So negative 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. Plug in a point. If I plugged in 0, 0, technically it should be a little bit below. If I plug in 0, 0, I get 0 is greater than or equal to negative 1. That's true, so this side gets shaded. And on the next one, my horizontal shift is 2, my vertical shift is negative 3. So over 2, down 3. Okay, so now once that happens, we can now pick a point and shade. So if I pick 0, 0 again, 0 is less than or equal to, this is 4, 4 minus 1 is 1, that's true. So this outside part gets shaded. And so this is where they overlap, and that's where you shade them darker.